What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Payne Plays Games videos. Alright guys, this is a game I've been playing actually on the side for quite some time. I never made a video on it, but I thought, you know what? Maybe it's about time I started doing so. This game actually is one of the games I've actually got pre-downloaded when it came out, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's called Journey of the Monarch. It's essentially an idle RPG game, collecting heroes, collecting loot, and essentially allowing yourself to do multiple bosses, going with the storyline and following the monarch himself through a journey in the world to protect against monsters and demons. So let's talk a little bit about the game and what it's about. You guys can see there's a lot going on the screen here. Now it is a PC and a mobile game. I actually played on my mobile phone quite a bit. Didn't even realize there was a PC launcher until today, and I decided to download on PC, and man oh man does it look even better than it did before. A couple of things I want to state about the game. Number one, it is an idle RPG, which means it is a loot collector. You're going to collect heroes, you're going to collect cursed dolls. You're gonna have, like, the game is essentially gonna run on its own with various events and dungeons. Okay, so you guys are gonna see here, I'll show you guys the main hero. And there he is right there. You guys can collect loot for the hero, give him powers, get him skills, different costumes, etc. to allow him, and also provide him with stats to allow him to essentially get stronger and lead his armies into war. You also eventually get a mount as well, which you can apply. You guys can see here, you can have a horse or a chicken. I wanted the chicken, it was pretty fun. And you can be a male or a female character. It's up to you what you prefer. I chose a male, of course, because I am a male, and I tend to go that way. And there's also costumes you can change them into. Now the skills, of course, are provided through here, which you can summon for and get various different skills to make your character more powerful, and then of course increasing your overall aura mastery, which allows you to increase your attack, physical defense plus elemental attack, and then other things you can open up along the way as you play the game further and further in. So there's quite a bit in this game. I'm going to try to break it down for you guys and tell you guys why I enjoy it, give you guys a little taste of what the game's all about, including some dungeons and a little bit about the summoning itself as well. So let's start off with, again, we talked about the hero already. This is the main hero. What you'll do to collect loot with this hero is like any other idle RPGs that come with this caliber. You'll have a little dice roll here, which you can eventually get yourself loot starting from basic, then to common, and then all the way to legendary. Right now legendary I believe is the highest. So as you roll the dice, loot will drop. You can either salvage loot or you can equip it based on what it is, and then eventually what will happen is you'll unlock the auto dice, which will allow you just the dice kind of to roll on its own, and then it allows you to get loot, and then as the loot comes in, the game will automatically let you know if it's an upgrade. If it is, you can go ahead and equip it, enchant it, salvage it, whatever you want to do. Right now there's loot comes in, I showed you guys the rarities, also comes in various different enchants. You guys can see some of them are +8, some of them are +6, etc. So as you enchant your loot, you'll actually end up getting yourself more and more power out of it, and then eventually when you have enough of the loot itself, you can actually add it to your codex, and when you add it to the codex, it actually increases your overall power. You guys can see the codex is broken up into a couple different things here, right? We got ourselves the monster codex, we have skill codex, costume codex, and gear codex. So all of this is going to matter as you get yourself sets for every single thing here. You guys can see you will increase your powers according based on what's here. So there's a lot of information coming in for the hero, and the hero himself is a big part of the game, but not the main part of the game. The main part of the game actually comes from your heroes themselves. So not the monarch, but the heroes. You guys can see here, here's a chessboard. It looks kind of like a chessboard. You guys can auto-organize to set up your team. It'll automatically put your strongest heroes in there. The rarities are the same thing here. It starts off with commons, goes to rares, goes to heroes, and then goes to legendaries. So legendary heroes are over here. Now, just a fair warning for you, this game is not pay to win whatsoever. You can be very patient and get legendary heroes. It just takes a lot of summons, but they give you a plethora of summons, and I'll show you how this works. And these heroes all have certain skills. So for example, if you view details of the Valkyrie here, or the Paladin, which I currently have a costume on, so I'll remove this costume so you guys can see what the hero looks like. So the hero here essentially has a couple different skills. So let me go ahead and get out of this. Let me close this part down. Here are the stats for the hero. Here are the skills, right? So basic attack, non-elemental attack, level 5 does 259 damage to a target. The second skill here deals attack power of 386 damage to a hit target. Upon successful attack, gives all allies accuracy increase, and then over here deals damage of 248 of attack to all targets within 3-meter radius centered on the main target. On a successful attack, the target is stunned for 3.5 seconds. Also for 5 seconds after hitting the target, physical defense decreases by 21%. So you guys can see here each class also has a type and then an element. So this melee, non-elemental. If I go to my next class, here's a magic user, non-elemental. You guys can see this is a healer. My next one here is a wind element, also melee, has a couple different skills here they can do, and then etc. There's a magician, there's tanks, there's ranged, etc. Right? There's a defensive one right now. Currently, of course, wearing an outfit. I'll take this outfit on just to show you guys what the character looks like. Pretty badass, actually, the Arc Knight. And then we have ourselves Kurtz, which is also a defensive non-elemental unit. And as you can see, the list goes on. Now, the actual units look pretty badass, and this game is very much a team builder. So you're going to have to focus on building a proper team and a pretty balanced team to make sure that your characters are coming in with the best amount of effort in order to get a lot of these bosses killed. So keep that in mind, okay? So we're going to put that character on there. Maybe we'll toss this character. Actually, this is already confirmed, so never mind. So you guys can see that's how the heroes work. And again, they're summonable. Now, there's magic dolls as well. So you guys can see magic dolls are little dolls that follow you around, and they actually do end up providing you quite a bit of utility. So let me go back in here. Magic dolls, there's 3 of them you can choose. They're same categories. There's rares, commons, rares, uniques, and then heroes, and then of course legendary. You guys can see here each of these dolls will have something that they provide you. So for example, this is a Kurtz doll, gives accuracy to you and then the whole team gets it, and then this doll over here gives 15 attack plus gives yourself the whole deck attack. So you can see here I'm going to increase this because I want more attack, and then of course there's more as you go through them, giving you various different things that they will provide you, such as evasion, etc, etc. So dolls plays a fairly good role, and as you collect, you're going to be able to get yourself the same thing as before, some actual diamonds for collecting units, and same thing with dolls. Okay, so pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Now, there are a couple dungeons. We'll go over the summoning very soon. These are the things you'll be doing every day. They come with really, really cool looking bosses. So for example, this boss here is Copernicus. I'm level 29 currently doing this. This will give you enough EXP to push your units up a couple levels. And then of course there's arena and events, and I'll show you guys those shortly. I'm going to go back here for a second, show you guys one of these bosses. So this is Adina. This is the Adina dungeon. Sorry, Adina is your gold essentially, and these are mimics that you fight. So let's go ahead. All right, so this dungeon here, you pretty much fight a couple of mimics. You guys can see there's the health bar. There's the time to beat these mimics. There's your health in the bottom as well too. This will show you guys once you complete this that you'll get yourself some loot for it right there, 2.5 million. Now, there are first clear rewards every single time you defeat a monster or a level or a dungeon. You guys are going to be able to get yourself this up to a legendary card, which allows you to pull a legendary. Now, if you are again going to buy the removal of ads, it's worth it because you guys can now do this, get yourself additional keys, and I promise you it is really, really, really annoying watching those ads. So that's why personally, if you're going to buy anything in this game, I recommend at least just do that for the 28 days, or even I think there's a 7-day one even. You guys can, and I'll go through the shop with you, where you guys can remove ads for at least 7 days. See if you enjoy the game enough to continue playing it, and then decide what you're going to do from there. Now, Adina is actually pretty damn important later on. There is an element of town building in this game. It's very simple. It's more like the town's already there for you, and you just level it up and get resources, and you can raid other people's towns. Again, I hate town building games, and this is a very simple one, so I'm actually okay with this because it doesn't require much attention, and that comes along with clans, of course, right? So you guys can see here I've completed this. I'm going to go ahead and grab, there's additional rewards all the way up to 30, and I think it goes even further than that. So there's one of the bosses. Let's go ahead and jump into another dungeon boss here. Let you guys kind of see what they all look like, right? Now, this one here is for Magic Doll EXP, and this is actually one of the tougher bosses. I'm on difficulty 34, so Spirit is actually getting much tougher to beat, and she does a ton of damage. Watch how much health I take right here, or how much damage I take, right? I might be actually a lot stronger now, so this might be easier than it was before. But you can see here right away, one of my units is my Paladin's actually probably about to die, unless my healer can keep her up. And if she can't keep her up, this is the first time I've actually survived this fight, so look at that. We're doing it. Okay, there you go. So that one dies. And you guys can see it's actually pretty artistic. Like, the backgrounds look really badass. So do the bosses. I think they've done a fantastic job by bringing this game a unique look and feel that most idle RPGs don't have, right? So we'll show you guys a couple more bosses after this, and then once I've done clearing out the bosses, I'll show you guys the summoning system and what you do on the map, some of the unique things and events that are going on, and why this game I think is worthwhile trying. Now, I'm gonna forewarn you now, if you plan to play this on your phone, and I'm letting you know a little thing that happened to me. I actually was just putting my kids to sleep. This was running in the background. I didn't realize what it was going to do to my phone. It literally made my phone get so hot that my phone had to turn off, and gave me a warning that the phone was overheating. Like, I touched it and it felt like it was on fire. So this will destroy your phone in terms of heat. So I would put the graphic settings to a very low graphic as possible, just to allow your phone the ability to survive and not blow up in your hands. It kills it for some reason. So I'm not sure what NCSoft is going to do about that, but they definitely need to fix something in this game to allow mobile users a better experience with that phone usage. Okay, so after this boss, I'll show you guys some more bosses, just so you guys can see what they all look like and how the dungeons work, and I'll come back here and do this myself later. Okay, but you guys can see that's how that is. Let's do a couple of first clears. I'll come back here and complete this myself later on, and you can see here right over here there's a legendary to an epic ticket that you can get as well too, right? So let's go to the next boss. This here is Radon. This one gives you hero scroll fragment dungeons, and this allows you actually to level up your hero skills, which is obviously a very, very important part, because as you level up your hero skills, they get themselves higher multipliers, right? But there you guys go. Look at this badass boss, man. I think this is actually one of the coolest bosses I've seen in almost any damn game. So very, very cool to see this one. I'll show you guys the next one here. This is a mount EXP. That's right, you can actually level up your mounts and they give you certain EXP. This is like a Cthulhu looking Kraken boss. Oh, it actually is a Kraken. So that's pretty badass looking. But you guys can see here, larger than life bosses. I do think this game has a really, really cool artistic design and direction to it. This is a sandworm here, which gives you region hero EXP. Look at this. Look how badass this looks, man. This is something you'll see like in a Final Fantasy 14 game or something, or even Final Fantasy 11, but the graphics look actually phenomenal for a mobile game and an idle game. So definitely up my alley here in terms of the kind of games that I enjoy. And there you guys go. Those are some of the events. There is arena. I've done my arena. Essentially, it's just auto battle. You can, here, I'll watch ads. I'll show you guys a couple. Like, for example, here's a match. Let's do a match right now. It'll automatically find someone to fight against. You guys can see here, I'm way, way overpowered compared to this dude. Just completely destroyed him. And as you collect rewards from PvP, you can trade it in the PvP shop and get yourselves numerous various rewards, like legendary tickets, as well as offline items for summoning, or even just for regular resources, right? So there you guys go. Pretty straightforward stuff. Again, get the ads. It's worth it, guys. It's so much better not to have to watch all these. And then every single day there's an event. Kurt's Dungeon currently is existing. This allows you actually to do a couple different things. Number one, when you do the first clears up to 20, you get a free Kurt, which is a legendary unit, currently one of the featured units. And then if you do enough of these battles, you'll actually get a Kurt's Hero Summoning ticket, which gives you a second copy of Kurt, and then that gives you more fragments to pull to level him up and get him ascended to even further heights, which gives you more skills and gives you obviously better overall stats, right? So speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about the summoning. So when you go to the deal section, there's an actual summoning section here. So at first you're going to be able to summon heroes, then eventually magic dolls, then eventually command skills. Okay, so they give you a lot of resources, and the way you mostly get resources is through playing the game. You guys can see on the right side here, as you play the game, you're going to be able to clear a lot of this stuff. So here, for example, right, I'm going to let the dice roll. Kill any monster 5 times, click on this, get dice, roll the dice 10 times. This will give you 5 summoning tickets. So it's very, very easy to get a ton of tickets in this game, which allows you guys to summon quite a bit. You're going to see summons in numbers you've never seen before, like in the thousands of summons, fairly easy, very early on. The thing you want to, I will say right ahead for you guys, is you definitely want to save all of your diamonds. Okay, so these diamonds up here, for your special summons. And the way you activate special summons is when you have level 5 summoning. You can see up here, hero summoning level 8 for me. When you unlock level 5, you'll be able to summon for Kurtz as well as the Paladin. Those are the two Kurt ones. And then eventually for Magic Doll as well, when you get to level 5, you'll be able to summon for the more legendary units. So definitely save all of your diamonds for that. I know it's going to be hard at first, but you definitely want to save them and use them on the proper units, not these ones. Now these can eventually pull legendary ones. You can see the right here. As you level up more of your summoning, level 8, level 9 will increase the odds of getting yourself legendaries, etc. So it is possible, but it's a lot harder. So and plus these featured ones give you copies of the unit, that's featured unit, as you summon more in them. So very important to collect quite a few of these. Okay, so let's show you guys how the summoning works. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a hero summon. I'll show you guys 30 here. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll not skip the animation so you guys can kind of see it and see how the animation looks for summoning. It's kind of unique. I don't mind it. There it is. Okay. Forewarned now, you guys can see these are going to be rares and commons. When you are summoning for, you can auto summon here. When you guys get heroes, You get heroic ones. There you guys see they're a little bit different looking. That's not the highest level, by the way. The gold tickets are the highest level. They're the ones that give you the legendary units. And again, it is possible to pull legendary units in here. You guys can see I have 634 tickets just from playing the game. Like at one point I had 10,000 just from playing the game and just, you know, completing stages by stages. So there is a lot of loot to be had in this game. And it's very easy. Literally, the game plays mostly by itself. The hell most idols do. So if you are into hero collecting, this is an easy one to get, right? So I'll just finish this up here, and then I'll show you guys some of the special summons and how easy it is to get yourself diamonds. Plus, I can show you guys how the guild system works, and then show you guys how the region system works, which essentially is your town system, right? But you guys can see I'm collecting quite a few of these heroes. And then this will allow me to collect even more. Even if I don't use these heroes, the codex itself will be updated, which will give you guys more diamonds, which will allow you to pull for the featured units, which are usually much better units overall, right? So you guys can see right away we're at 94. It goes fairly quick. When you get up to the thousands, you can save up to the thousands. You can do one massive summon for 1,000 instead of doing this, you know, dinky ones here. So there's that one. And Magic Dolls have 4. I'm not going to do the full 429, but I'll show you guys the summon. Yes, this girl is something else. I wish we can summon for her. Don't know why we can't. But you guys can see there, nothing there, right? If I go auto summon real quick, there's one right there. Again, a heroic one. And yes, you can summon legendary ones here as well too. The heroics will drop very early in the game, and they'll carry you quite a bit actually. The heroic units will carry you very, very far in this game until you're ready to summon level 5. When you get your summon to level 5, you'll be able to get legendaries. One legendary copy of like is way better than like dupes of like 3 or 4 regular heroes. So eventually you will have to get rid of your heroic ones and go for the legendary ones. Forewarning right now as well too, there is no current way of getting your resources back that I know of, at least. Maybe I missed out on this game, but or something in this game about that, but there's currently no way. And then this is how you get skills. Okay, this skills will then automatically be provided to your hero. You have to go to your hero, update them, and then either auto equip the ones that you want, or the game will choose for you, I guess, the best ones, or you can decide, read them, and go over what you think your hero should do, whether your hero is going to be a DPS, a healer, a buffer, whatever you decide you want to do with your Monarch. That's up to you. Okay, so your Monarch is more customizable than the rest of the heroes because of this specific feature, and it's actually a really cool one because it lets you kind of build your hero, your Monarch the way you want, right? So if you like the word Monarch, obviously you're an SLA player, you probably understand what I'm trying to say here. There you guys go. Weekly's done. Look at this. Look how many tickets you get. Dailies are super easy. It takes you literally 3 minutes and it gives you so many diamonds. Weeklies are super easy to complete. Again, gives you a ton, and you get so many repeatable missions, plus the passes are free, and passes also give you guys a ton of dice and a crap load of summoning tickets. So again, very generous game, surprisingly. All right, so social system, this is your guild. I'm gonna go through this. I'm part of Cool Empire. When you log in, you'll be able to donate to your guild, the usual stuff, right? Simple things like that. You'll be able to go and purchase things with your guild tokens after that, which you can use, I don't know, whenever you want. Here, for example, I want to buy this, right? I only have 7,000. This is 20, so I have to wait. I've had a couple of these already. Your region is going to be something you'll unlock eventually. This is your town, and the purpose of the town is to manage your team, build a town, control it, make sure that it's one sec here, guys, sorry. Make sure that it's always full of resources, and then essentially what you do is you raid your other towns and collect resources, and then you will be able to get yourself additional resources and continue building the town and prosper. And then, of course, as your town increases, you'll be able to get yourself resources to increase your Monarch. So, for example, getting resources to increase the Blood Codex, the Skill Codex, etc. So there's quite a bit you can do here. Very, very, very easy to do. And again, it's one of the simple things in this game that honestly pretty much plays on its own. Okay, so here, watch. Like, I'm just going to assign everybody, right? Assign. Cool. This one here, assign, auto assign here, auto assign here. Okay, you guys can see here now everything's been assigned. We're good. And then from here, you guys can just either grow your facility, right? This is how you scan targets. You can see there's a couple targets here. So let's say I want to fight this guy, for example. I can try to raid his town. His town has currently been protected for 2 hours, so I can't do that one. You go back and you'll find a town here that isn't protected, so you guys can simply gain yourself some loot rather than having to farm it. So this guy doesn't have protected loot. We're going to go ahead and do this, destroy and pillage. So you can see here loading capacity is 11%. If I do common pillage, if 15 or more appear, you can pillage normally. So I just usually destroy. It's just easier for me. You guys can see here 23 versus 29. So you fight his team, he fights your team. We see who wins. Right? In this case, it looks like he might have actually won and my pillage failed, right? So there you guys go. So that's not a good thing, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and let that close after 5 seconds. There it is. So my team lost. So now I have to go back and heal heroes, and then this will require some potions for me. If you want to organize your team, you can auto-organize right there. Now these heroes will be ready to go in for the next pillage while my other heroes are healing. Okay, so that's essentially it. That's the idea here, and that's how this all works. Honestly, the shop itself is not bad. There's a lot of free things you can get from watching ads. The packages themselves are actually really, really cheap. You can see here, like for example, free stuff here, 1,200, 1,200, right? So definitely go through the shop, take a look if you plan to play this. There are, again, a lot of things you can buy with diamonds, which are free. And the daily shop here has like watch ads, etc. Right? And if you purchase enough of these, you guys can get yourself some legendary heroes. The packages are cheap. There's an event going on as well right now, which is a Christmas event. And that's over here, which allows you to spin for free resources and an ability to get yourself a character and a legendary target as well too. So there you guys go. That is the game. I just want to show you guys how it plays. In regards to the actual combat itself, again, everything is very idle, right? So I'll go back here and show you guys how the game works. You guys can see we're fighting mobs here. Now, when you're ready to clear the mobs out, sometimes the dice will have fishing events, by the way, where you can actually fish and get yourself some fish, and it gives you free loot. Or there's like a themed event where you can fight monarch or monsters based on dice you roll. And if you get higher dice, you get yourself more items. And then, of course, the bosses are right here. So let's say I want to summon this boss. This is a Whispering Forest. So the boss itself is here. There's the Woodkin boss. We're going to go ahead and fight it. And as you increase here, you will get yourself additional things. And you will be in a ranking for top spot. All right, guys, there's the game. Yeah, plays on its own. Does a fairly good job. I'm enjoying it. I love the character design. I'm having fun with the actual summoning. It's very free to play friendly, and I've had a blast so far. So if you are planning to play it, there's Journey of the Monarch. Let me know what you guys think if you plan to pick it up. If you enjoy it, leave a comment, a like, and I'll make more content on this game sometime in the future. Take care, guys.